Hello from Becky and me. Welcome to this evening's programme.
First tonight, it's emerged that a chef stabbed after an open-air concert in Southend died trying to protect his fiancée.
Reynold Duchesne from South Woodham Ferrers died on Saturday night after a confrontation outside of the concert.
Tonight, as police said, a 23-year-old man had been arrested. More details have been emerging about what happened that evening, and there have been further tributes to Mr Duchesne. Victoria Webb reports.
It was a moment of chivalry that ended with a man dying in the street as he tried to protect his partner. This afternoon, his family said it was so easy to become close to Ray because he was able to make you feel safe. The events of Saturday evening are impossible to come to terms with. Ray was an amazing son, brother, partner and friend. He will be missed by all who knew him. A chef at the Gray's Inn in London, Reynold was a popular man.
He was a great guy, a really, really hard worker, highly respected by all his colleagues, and a very, very good chef. People can't believe that this tragic event has happened to such a great guy, and a very, very sombre mood in the kitchen.
It was supposed to be a night of celebration for Paula Haddlesey's birthday, and she was out with friends and family for a picnic at a classical concert in Priory Park in Southend. Anglia News has spoken to people who were there on Saturday night. As the group left at 11:30 on Priory Crescent, near to the junction with Victoria Avenue, they became involved in a row with a group of men and women. Paula was walking along the road being followed by two men who she said were trying to take her chairs off her. According to her son, Reynold stormed over and pushed one of the men, but then Reynold himself fell to the ground. He got back up and walked to their taxi, but then he slowly slid down the side of the door. It was only when a friend tried to resuscitate Reynold, pushing down on his chest and noticed blood on her hands, that they realised he'd been stabbed. He was pronounced dead shortly after midnight. Police yesterday recovered a knife, but today they concluded it wasn't the murder weapon. For people living locally, the murder is both a tragedy and deeply troubling.
It's you know, nice quiet area. You don't expect things like that, do you?
Oh, I wouldn't call them my friends, but then there's people who've got knives everywhere, so, you know, it's bad.
A friend of ours, his son was stabbed and he's crippled for life.
Today, police arrested a 23-year-old man in Southend on suspicion of murder. Yesterday, two teenagers from the town were released on bail until August. Police are still keen to hear from anyone who can help them solve the murder of this much-loved man. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Southend.
Well, the death of Reynold Duchesne has sparked renewed concern over the level of knife crime in our region.
Figures show knife attacks are actually falling, but the numbers of people killed by them are slightly up. Emma Baker reports now on one new initiative in Bedfordshire aimed at keeping youngsters out of trouble.
It's the latest stabbing to make the headlines. Another life lost, another family devastated. Actress Brooke Kinsella knows what that family's going through. Her brother Ben was stabbed to death 2 years ago. This morning she spoke to GMTV about the tragic toll of knife crime and Reynold Duchesne's murder.
It's so frustrating and just so unnecessary. You know, who hasn't got the right to protect their girlfriend anymore, and to die that way it's so sad. And, you know, I know exactly what that family must be going through now, and my heart goes out to them and everybody else that we lose. And it takes you back. It kind of makes you want to give up sometimes.
Despite various attempts to try and tackle knife crime, it continues to have a devastating effect. Government figures show that between 2008 and 2009, knife-related crime fell by 10%. But despite that, the number of people killed in knife-related crime rose by 7 to 126. Today, a new initiative was being launched in Bedford to encourage young offenders to take up a sport as an alternative to violent crime. At 18 years old, Braden's life has already been scarred by violence. He spent time behind bars, but now he's trying to change his ways.
Certainly no winners, only losers in that game. So if you can stop it, or if you can see someone going down that path, do your best to stop it, because it is just a downward spiral from the word go, you know. And it is what it is.
Many here believe that in order to truly address the issues of violent crime, you have to show the offenders that there is another way.
If we can't arrest our way out of this problem, that will deal with the here and now, but we actually are looking to engineer into this process an opportunity for young men to disengage from knife carrying and the consequences of knife crime, and actually perhaps channel their energies into sporting outcomes.
It's desperately hoped that community schemes like this can tackle the ongoing problem of knife crime and help prevent more needless deaths in the future. Emma Baker, Anglia News, Bedford.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the slight sound problem during that report.
We were slightly out of sync, weren't we?
We were just a tad.
Now, there was anger on a traveller's site in Essex today as bailiffs moved in to clear it.
The local council says the site on Hofields Avenue at Wickford was set up without permission on greenbelt land, but the people living there say they were shocked when the diggers were used. This report from Tom Barton.
This was deliberate destruction. The purpose of the visit to the travellers' site on Hofield Avenue in Wickford by bailiffs and earth movers was to make it impossible for anyone to reoccupy plots which had been vacated by the travellers who lived there. The council says it plans to break up 7 sites like this one over the next few days. What they're doing is breaking up the ground so that nobody can move back on, and this can be allowed to revert to what is its official status of greenbelt land. Today's actions are the latest development in an ongoing dispute between travellers and the local council over planning permission. The Hofield site in Wickford and Dale Farm in nearby Crays Hill were both built without planning permission, and the council has pursued a long process to get them cleared. All the plots being cleared today had already been vacated by the travellers ahead of any eviction, but many people do still live on the site. They were horrified at what they saw.
There are bulldozers in the yard next to my one. And it's just inappropriate, really, just coming down doing this to people's homes. It's not right, is it? There's a man here, he just had a stroke down there. What's it called? He's in hospital at the moment, and they're coming down bulldozing his place. And he said to there's another person living in there now. He said he's got an hour to vacate the premises. So it's just inappropriate, and it's not right.
We bought this land. We've not come and squatted on it. We own it. We should be allowed to stay on it. I'm a bundle of nerves. Wondering when they're going to come in and dig mine up.
While residents are upset, this will be a relief to some others who live nearby. The council says it hopes this is the beginning of a process which will result in the removal of travellers from all the illegal sites in this part of Essex. Tom Barton, Anglia News, Wickford.
Well, let's head to Tom, who's actually at Wickford at the moment. So, Tom, what is going to happen now then?
Well, Jonathan, the diggers have fallen silent for the night, but they will be back tomorrow to continue clearing those 7 sites like this one here at Hofields. Many, though, are really seeing this as the beginning of the end of this ongoing dispute between the council and the travellers. This site at Hofields is quite a small one, but just up the road is the much bigger Dale Farm site in Crays Hill. Travellers living in illegal plots on both know that it's now just a matter of time before they're evicted. All they're waiting on now is 28 days' notice from the council. I spoke to the leader of the council today. He told me that it's his hope that very soon every illegal traveller site in the district of Basildon will look like that.
Tom, thank you very much.